right, what's up, guys, and welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to an all new, well, new to me, visual novel called The Space in Between. Now, this visual novel is about a couple. I think a college couple. So they're about 20, 21 years old, around that age. I don't know exactly what's going on there. I guess they're telling, just hanging out, telling, about their lives. And this is, I don't know if they're Japanese, Chinese. I don't know. I just know they're of Asian descent. And I can't wait to play it. I'm really excited about it. And, I'm ready to see what's going to happen. So hopefully it's not too loud. In June, what is the answer to problem 14? You have absolutely no idea what the professor is talking about. You had spent the previous night watching anime instead of doing your homework. All of a sudden, you feel a kick from the side of your desk. It's 47. A voice whispers from your right. You see Miles. Okay, this must be the couple. After class, you approach him. Thanks for that, you say. Glancing at his backpack, you see a familiar pen from your favorite band. You listen to the Fleet Foxes? Your first date with him is at a concert? At a park. I think a park would be better. A week later, you two sit at the beach pier, listening to the street performers as the sky turns from a soft pink to black. Will you be my girlfriend? Of course, yeah. You two bond over your shared taste in obscure video games. Definitely. He likes Night in the Woods, Beginner's Guide. Florence. The only question I have now is, when is the wedding? As the week goes on, you discover that he is endearingly awkward, sincere, and nurturing. You like how easily your conversations flow, a constant stream of stories, surprising vulnerability, and recommendation sharing. He may not have been your first friend, but he's the most special one. Because here's this guy who notices the way you can't help yourself when you get excited, who holds you when you need it the most. You didn't realize that there was still romance in the world left for you. But here it is, big and glowing and full. You decide to celebrate by baking every cake, baked good you could possibly think of, having a solo dance party in your room, baking. I like to bake, I like to cook. And so you make mediocre banana bread, but the joy is in the refining. And so you keep trying. Your friends don't need to ask why you're smiling so much. He takes you to the lookout spot next to his suburban house, and you slow dance to. And you slow dance too. I'm sorry. I'm looking at how big these words are. Let me see some. Yeah, I'm looking at how big these words are. Hannah Hunt Bob. I don't know neither one of these. Sorry. Baby, don't you know that you're my golden hour, the color of my sky? You set my world on fire, and I know everything's gonna be all right now. If I knew the words, well, if I knew, the mellow of the song, I'd actually sing it for y'all, but I don't know that song. And suddenly you understand why heartbreak and sorrow must happen to have this joy shine so brightly. You see the neighborhood lights reflect in his eyes, and you dare to take his hand. You are now 5 months into your relationship. Continue. Okay. I can't believe you're driving us 2 hours just to go stargazing. I officially won the best boyfriend in the world lottery. I like driving. Plus, it'll be nice with just the two of us. My sense of direction is kind of questionable, and there's no signal, so I don't know if that's a good thing. We did pick a good long drive playlist. Yeah, I'll listen to some music. The lookout spot will be pretty. It's also in the middle of the woods. If a bear tries to eat us, you're fighting it, and I'm running for help. That's typical ladies. Leave us to do all the work. Glad to know you're committed to our safety. I'm very committed. I'm the one devising the plan in case a bear mauls us. I bet I'm a faster runner than you. I got it. I distract the bear by seducing it, and you can run into the bear and knock it over. Then we both run away. The power of fear will motivate me to run faster. Yes, better. Bears run 30 miles per hour. They do. You run a 10-minute mile. Oh, wow, that's messed up. I'm sure I can shave off 2 minutes in the feet of fear. I heard if you see a bear, you should make yourself bigger to scare it. I don't want the bear to think I'm fat. That's not what I meant. I'm a small Asian girl. In order to be big, I need to gain about 100 pounds and a foot, and a whole foot. I'll let him enlighten us. I'm sorry, y'all, for yawning. My dad told me you're supposed to raise your arms and start yelling. I highly doubt that the bear will be intimidated by me. Fine, if the bear comes, I'll attack it and you run. I'm glad we could agree on the plan. I too am thrilled. I don't think I've been here since I was a kid. I didn't realize how beautiful it is. I'm used to the city. Yeah, there's no one here. Let's set up the blanket and lay down. Oh, there we go. Do you know any constellations? No, I wish I did. I always thought they were boring, so I made my own. What do you mean? I would create random shapes from the stars and then come up with my own backstory. Either a random one I thought of, or something from my life. That's so wholesome. My mom said I was an imaginative kid. We could do that now. That's okay. It was a stupid idea. No, I want to. Here, let me start. Continue. You are now stargazing with Miles. To form a constellation, click and drag between pairs of stars until all edges of the constellation are visible. To find more constellations, move the mouse to the edge of the screen to scroll across the night sky. Completing constellations will unlock more constellations. Have fun. Now, I don't know how long this game is. I'm sorry, y'all. I think it's about an hour long, actually. That's how we do it. Oh, this music is hitting. All right, sorry about that. I had to restart it because the music was so loud that you guys might not have been able to even hear my voice. So, you know. I know this music was hitting now. Here we go. I see the pond at Boston Commons. I've never been there before. It's this super pretty park that's right next to downtown. I used to go there a lot when I lived there. I wish there was a spot like that where I lived. It was just playgrounds, which no one really wanted to hang out at. Although, fun fact, I had my first kiss at the playground. That was so special about the come. What was so special about it? I think you should tell your new boyfriends you had first. Is that okay? I'd go at night when no one was there. There was a quiet, calming atmosphere when there wasn't anyone where there wasn't anyone there. Sitting at the benches, I looked at the sunset reflecting in the pond. It just felt like home. The night before we left for college, my friends and I went to the Commons. We stayed up until 4 a.m. talking about what it would be like in college. We all promised to keep in touch with each other. I can cut this down, y'all. There we go. But then everything happened, and I haven't talked to any of them in so long. I feel like they've all moved on with their lives. It's never too late to reach out. They're probably wondering where you are. Yeah, but I kind of ghosted them. When I took my quarter off, I ghosted everyone. I'm sure they'd understand if you explained. But it wasn't like we naturally drifted apart. Yeah. But you never know if one day you can't say sorry. I was listening to this news story about this phone booth in Japan that doesn't work. A lot of Japanese people died in 2011 earthquake, and people started going to this phone booth to talk to the dead. Oh no. Anyway, someone put a microphone in there with permission, and NPR did this whole piece about the phone booth. I don't like to think about grief like that. I was listening to the recordings, and it was painful to hear, even as a bystander. But after that, I realized it's never too late to reconnect. The fragility of human life is terrifying. I guess you're right. I keep thinking I'll do it, but then I put it off. I kind of get where she's coming from, though. Like, just because you drift off now, that means you can't reconnect with the people that you care about later. Okay. And I'm sorry, I was checking the OBS, because if it goes past the red marker, that means the music will be too loud. And I want the music to at least match up with my voice. So you need to give yourself the chance to be forgiven. There's this one recording. Yeah, give yourself a chance to be forgiven. But doesn't that mean I have to forgive myself first? Yeah, that's what that means. Okay, I saw some up here. Constellation we can draw them. Well, here, let's go here first. Yeah, let's go here. There we go. I see a white rabbit candy. Because I don't know what a yakult is. What's that? It's a Chinese milk candy my parents used to buy for my friends and me to eat when I was younger. A rabbit is on the package of each piece. Okay, so she's Chinese. Okay. I've never seen you eat one. Makes me think of my mom. Maybe it's time to change that. I'm down to try one. I haven't had one for years because of my mom. So many things I disregarded because they reminded me of her. But I don't want my relationship with her to change the things I love. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to mourn someone who isn't in your life anymore. You make it sound like she's dead. There was this time our Chinese school teacher was sick, so my mom was our substitute. Everyone loved her. She'd tell stories during class, and she'd make learning Chinese entertaining. I was so proud. Everyone told me they wanted my mom back. Why do you think she changed so much? That's a complex question. I'm still trying to figure out the answer to. Honestly, it's probably best that you don't know. Not to be harsh, but I don't think the answer's pretty. Knowing wouldn't change anything. She's probably going through her own issues or something. God has favorites, and I'm definitely not one of them. I wouldn't say that. I don't think that's how religion works. To be fair, none of us know God. If he's even out there. I think every religious person would disagree with you. I know I do. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, girl. Look, God, hear me out. You're really addressing God right now? Beg God? No, thank God. Yo, hey man, you better thank God, because you don't even have to be here for one film. I know we have our differences, but I gotta say, you gave me a pretty hot boyfriend. You did give me a really, wow, in questionable fashion sense, but you did well in the whole love life department. Who is this girl? Like, what's she think? June. He can be kind of annoying sometimes, but God, please don't listen to her. And with that, I gotta say, amen. That was a terrible prayer. That was a terrible prayer, man. Amen to that. All right, so let's go down to. No, we're gonna go over to this one, right? All right. I see a camera. I thought that was like a phone or something. I was thinking, what if pictures could do more than just show you how something looked? Let's say you took a picture of a landscape. You could also smell the fresh air there. You could feel the ground. You could basically feel like you were there. I feel like that's a recipe for disaster. That's just a bigger incentive for me to not leave my house. No, I guess so. Why? Looking at the pictures of your exes, dead people? That's true, but I love the idea of being able to see parts of the world you never otherwise have the chance to. Photojournalism would be on a whole new level. People who are in long distance relationship would love this. Do you think you could do one? Yeah. I need to be optimistic about something in my life. And it's pretty obvious not my career prospect. And it's obviously not my career prospect. I'm sorry. Seriously? What? It's better than having nothing. I agree. I think I could. I would have to have a date to look forward to, but I would see my partner. That you see your girl. I see my girlfriend. I'm not gonna put partner. I don't know where that concept comes. To see the boyfriend, girlfriend, or I don't understand. About your camera idea. I think it'd be interesting if we could do that with pictures of ourselves at different points of our lives. We can see how far we've come. Your therapist would love that. There are times when I'm sad and I just don't. Your therapist would love that. That'll be better. She would, but I'm not sure I would. Why not? You're so much happier than you used to be. Yeah, but before that period, I was also happier. So it would be this disappointment that I let myself get so sad, but then some joy from seeing my improvement. That's the ebb and flow of life. I wish my life would stop ebbing so much. Hey, man, me too. If we could put a barrier to be like, I'm not allowed to be disappointed in myself, then that would be great. You have nothing to seriously be disappointed in yourself for. Oh, trust me, there's some deep-rooted regret within myself. Relatable. You think that's why we're dating? Because we both deal with things way beyond our mental capacity? Yeah, probably. That's a terrible reason to be dating. Not because you like each other and you care for each other, but just because y'all both go through the same type of things. That's just not good. All right, let's see what this is. Look like a bracelet. Okay, I see a record. I see a CD. I see more of a record. Why a record? I always had this dream to hang up record sleeves on my wall before I went through life trauma. I thought life's problems would be solved through listening to good songs. I wish I could be that naive. Now, it just represents a person I can never be again. I don't think so. That part of you, the one that gets excited over everything, is the reason I want you to be my girlfriend. You're the one who constantly tells me to appreciate the beauty of the universe. Yeah, but I'm also the person where it's like one small thing goes wrong and I'm cursing the universe. I never told you this, but the first time we talked over video chat, before we even started dating, my sisters already knew I liked you. Did you tell them? No. They could hear it in my voice. What could possibly be different about your voice? I sounded happy. You need to stop being so cute or I'm going to start appreciating the beauty of the universe again. I don't think you realize how much joy you have for being alive. That's because life doesn't always feel so simple. Do you think I'm too cheesy? Well, life isn't simple, but I'm gonna go with that. Isn't life always complicated? Exactly. That's why we must appreciate the rare simple moments. See, this is the distinct difference between men and women. I don't remember the last time it felt simple. Well, that's the thing. All right, sorry guys, I had a phone call. All right, remember when we went to karaoke? Are you talking about the New Year's Eve? You talking about New Year's Eve? Yeah, didn't life feel simple then? Despite everything that was happening in our lives? That night was one of the last moments I thought everything was going to be okay. We were counting down to the new year. I really thought I was going to put my past behind me. I thought there's no way this year would be as bad. But here we are. I'm not one to believe in miracles, but I want to. For you. I don't need a miracle. I just want a break. Well, they speaking to me, man. I feel you on that. I want a break too. I was talking to my therapist about your situation, and she told me that you have to acknowledge that your worldview was influenced by your mom. Sometimes the negative self-talk isn't you, it's the mirroring of your mom. Your therapist is on to something. She usually is. Yeah, they definitely speaking to me. Oh, we got more constellations, huh? Hey, they put some fire music in here. I see Joshua Tree. Don't even remind me. Come on. I don't want to speak of the events of Joshua Tree. I swear it wasn't bad. Look, I don't think that seeing your girlfriend cry needs to happen after a certain number of dates. But I feel like our third was one. Okay, I read that right. But I feel like our third was definitely too far. I blame you. Of course, blame the man. Blame the man for everything. No, I'm just playing, y'all. You're the one who said Lady Bird was your favorite film. You're the one who brought it. I'm just saying Joshua Tree cannot be a constellation. I don't even know what to say because, like, I'm with him on that. How you gonna say Lady Bird your favorite movie? And I think I actually did watch Lady Bird, and there was something. I watched a little bit of Lady Bird, and there was something up with, like, the mom and the daughter didn't have a good relationship. I think the girl went to like a Catholic church school or something like that. It was something strange. I do remember that that show or that movie, or I remember a little bit of it, and I do. I can see the girl in my head, the one who. Anyway, you're the one who brought it. No, I didn't realize it was gonna make you cry. Well, you suggested 2 movies, either Lady Bird or that random sci-fi film. How was Star Wars a random sci-fi film? Anyway, I wasn't particularly in the mood, but I also didn't want to sound unappreciative and reject your thoughtfulness, so we watched it. If you said something, I wouldn't have been offended. I was pretty touched that I mentioned liking Lady Bird and you remembered to bring it. There we go. I thought it was sweet that you were comfortable enough around me to cry. My sorrow was not sweet. I don't think that crying is embarrassing. I don't either. But I had shared my life trauma with you before you knew my last name. Not to mention, you were stone cold the entire film. In your defense, the movie is about the relationship between the main character and her mom. That is the movie that I remember. And it was sort of related to your life. I should have pretended to watch the movie, but actually stared off into the distance to prevent the waterworks. That's absurd. We were at Joshua Tree. Why would you bring a movie theater? Why would you bring a movie there of all places? Why would you bring a movie there of all places? I'm sorry. Won't you? Okay. I figured maybe we'd have some downtime if you were tired of hiking. You should have brought a game board instead. A board game, sorry. We alternatively could have made out the entire time. I don't know any. We could have filled the free time with our amazing conversation. June. I'm just saying, I would never live this down. On my deathbed, I would look back at my life and be like, oh, remember the time you cried, and not just a single tear or 2, but you sobbed on your 3rd date with Miles? I will remember. I think that's a bit dramatic. Me too. What's dramatic is sobbing during a movie that you were trying to impress the guy my cool girl disguise was gone. Let me reread that. What's dramatic is sobbing during a movie where you are trying to impress the guy What's dramatic is sobbing during a movie where you are trying to impress the guy. My cool girl disguise was gone by the 15-minute mark. The movie wasn't sad at 15 minutes. Exactly, you get my point entirely. The ability to think about Lady Bird and get emotional on the spot. There we go. You can find yourself in the movie. That's an emotional thing. Oh, you can see yourself in the movie. That's an emotional thing. My whole thought process was that movie was absurd. Then what is it? The reason I cried so much at Lady Bird isn't just that I see much of my mom and her mom. It's because they're able to reconcile at the end while I'm not able to. Oh, June, that's a perfectly valid reason to cry. All of these books and movies where if they just wait around long enough, they'll come by. But this is my real life, one that can't be wrapped up in a nice sucking in. I think that's what that say. There's this moment when Lady Bird goes, "I wish that you liked me." Her mom replies, "Of course I love you." But then she's like, "But do you like me?" And honest to God, I don't know whether I would ask the question with like or love, because I don't think I'm ready to hear the answer to either. Forgive me, Lord. I'm reading so much, I done took the Lord's name in vain. Forgive me, Father. All right, June, you shouldn't be ashamed of any of that. You know I'm at my high school graduation. My mom, you know that at my high school graduation, my mom got mad at me for wanting to take pictures with my friends. She was grumpy the entire night, yelled at all of us during the dinner, then straight up refused to speak to me. And it was like I know high school graduation is stupid and meaningless, but it's like, I just wanted to have one day where I could feel like a normal kid with normal parents, and you know how Lady Bird ends. Wanting your parents to be proud of you is human. There was this one time I went to my friend Cindy's house. Her sister let me borrow clothes, and they helped me to do her makeup. Her parents saw us dressing up and ordered us sandwiches, and we all watched a movie together. They were like, we do this every Friday. And it was like, why can't my family do something this simple without screaming at each other's throats? Why can't they let me pretend that everything's okay? I'm never going to understand the nuances between you and your mom, but feeling frustrated over your relationship with her is normal. I don't know anyone who wouldn't be frustrated. I guess I wanted to have something completely separate from my mom, where I didn't have to talk about her, because I know it confuses people. I didn't want to deal with feeling misunderstood by more people. Oh, June, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Thanks for listening. Always. I'll try to read better. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to get some water. I see a tea bag. All right. Why is that? Asian people make tea by putting in the leaves alone. Growing up, I didn't even know that tea bags existed. My Lala never gave me white people tea. Is Lala Chinese for grandmother? Yeah, we used to drink tea on the weekends as she gossiped about the Chinese boys in our carpool group. Why don't they just say American tea? Why you gotta say white people tea? What's that about? I mean, I'm black. I mean, I wouldn't. Well, I mean, I get it. Okay. Oh, that's cute. She was friends with the other Asian grandmas in my area, so she'd tell me the insider tea about their lives. Get out. Just leave. I know I'm hilarious. Uh-huh. I ain't even catch the joke. Maybe because the way I'm reading it, I don't know. We always got along because she was so accepting, even though she grew up in rural China. She told me she thought you were handsome when we met. So accepting is okay. Okay. I'm glad I have her stamp of approval. The fact that she likes you, even though you aren't Chinese, is big. That's supposed to be an accomplishment. She grew up being taught traditional Chinese ideals, meaning you're expected to adhere to social order. Maybe the change of generations shifted her perspective. She's really accepting of the newer generation. She actually vocalized how she's feeling. What? What I mean is that Chinese people never express their feelings or love directly. It's always like, your mom is thinking of you because she brings you a slice of fruit to your room. But my grandma does that and also says it to me. That's rough, ain't it? That's kind of rough. If that's true, that the way that a Chinese mother shows her love and affection for a child is by bringing them some food, not saying I love you, my son or my daughter. Wow, that sucks. To never have your parents say I love you? Oh, that sucks. What does that even mean? Like when I'm studying, my grandma would drop off apples to my room so I have a snack. That's I love you in Asian terms. They should change the definition of, that's an awesome Chinese symbol. Love in the Chinese dictionary, so it means bring produce to your door. That's so sweet. What does she think of your mom? She pretends our distance doesn't exist. If you're talking about the 5 stages of grief, my grandma is a mixture of denial and bargaining. There's this quote that says the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. I think instead it should be the opposite of hate is indifference, because that's how my grandma fights hate. You don't think your mom hates you, does she? If there's a word for my mom, loves me out of social obligation, but also despises the very air I breathe, that's it. God dang. What kind of mama you got? Do you think the opposite of love is hate? The opposite of love is still hate. I think where philosophers had it wrong is that apathy is how certain people show their hate. Well, love and hate are having strong feelings about something. Indifference is the opposite. Everyone has loved and hated something at the same time. No one's indifferent and in love. My parents are indifferent to each other and in love. I don't know about that. It looks like a volcano. I see a volcano. My friend Catherine used to call me a volcano girl. I see the mountain in our neighborhood, the one we drove to the last time I visited. Should we go with volcano or should we go with? Let's go with volcano. Honestly, I can see that. That's what I said too. She said it's because I have a fiery personality. That is spot on. That is a spot on description of you. I feel like that's the nice interpretation of obnoxious or loud. You call yourself annoying, but no one thinks that. It's just you. Honestly, I know myself. There isn't a single objectively annoying trait about you. I get too loud when I'm excited. I overshare, and I'm not good at anything I like to do. If I talked about myself that way in front of you, you'd stop me immediately. It's also love to hate myself. Everyone has imperfect parts of themselves, but you love to dwell on them. I'm sorry, my eye hurt, y'all. That's because whenever I see cool girls who have their stuff together, who have this effortless glow, I see them as versions of myself I can never be. If I'm constantly in the cycle of self-comparison, I never see myself as I am. I used to be like you. When I took time off school, I saw everyone advancing themselves in college, making friends, being happy. Those all felt unattainable to me at the time. Once that thought looped becomes. I'm gonna reread this, man. Excuse me. Got a lot of editing to do. Once that thought loop becomes obsessive, you lose yourself. I don't know how to stop thinking this way. This is probably how my mom is too, except I take it out on her. I take it out on myself and she takes it out on me. You don't have to be like your mom. This whole thing is stupid. I feel dumb for being sad. I'm going to need a sad vibes playlist after this. I have exhausted that playlist at this point. When I was in high school, I used to listen to happy music. When I was sad, I was that optimistic. I can imagine you crying to Dance Queen by ABBA. Crying to Dance Queen is sacrilegious. I can never. Then what is your happy song? Baby I'm Yours by Breakbot. Baby I'm Yours? That's just as bad. Yeah, but once it's on you, you're like, I may be suffering for questionable mental health, but I gotta bop my head at the very least. The strat is to soundtrack my life with happy songs so I don't give myself the chance to wallow in my feels. I feel like this is when people are sad and they ask for puppy pictures. Then I'm like, my depression is way beyond dog pics. I wish a cat video would cure my self-hate. Self-hate, that is horrible. That right there is, see, low self-esteem, you can't blame low self-esteem on nobody but yourself, because that's how you feel about you. I just gotta be honest, like, if you don't like you, then, you know, that's pretty rough. I see a sunrise. That would be a perfect constellation. It's specifically the sunrise on our second date. Really? Yeah. It's really wholesome. That date changed what I had thought previously about love and relationship. I never thought I'd find someone who got me instantly. That was legit me before I met you. Men who have the personality of a wet piece of bread do not doubt their ability to find a partner. But here I was wondering for days on end if I would ever get a boyfriend. I don't know if you remember, but we were taking turns making assumptions about each other, and you were like, a lot of people may not notice it, but you're actually quite thoughtful. I didn't think that anyone noticed the effort I put in. You remember things I said months ago? When you hear a good song, you tell me it reminds you of me. Of course I think you're thoughtful. Okay, I said that like it was a question. That was a statement that she said. You remember things I said months ago. When you hear a good song, you tell me it reminds you of me. Of course I think you're thoughtful. See, something can say something, but it's about the way that you read it. You got to read it in a way that you get okay. When you said that, it wasn't just a nice comment. I felt like I was seen. I didn't want to just see you. I wanted to see you as you are. I never really thought people cared enough to try. I barely made any friends my first year of college, and I basically lost all of them the next semester when I took time off from school for my depression. I was stuck in my hometown while all my high school friends were somewhere else for college, which basically just made it worse. That must have been difficult. You were taking care of yourself, which was the best thing you could have done. A lot of my friends didn't get it, because they knew me as this happy person, and everyone moved on me. Everyone moved on from me when I stopped putting in effort. I was barely better than the time I took off. I bet they didn't know that. I bet they didn't know what to say once they realized you changed. So then when I met you, you kept talking to me, even though I was pretty awkward. I felt like I finally had someone. I didn't realize I had that impact on your life. I tried to fit in a lot. I joined the school newspaper. I tried to talk to people in class, but I never felt like I belonged. They all just tolerated me. But you made an effort to see me for who I am. Look at them, so nice. Look at that. I kind of had this thing. It's called a crush on you. What's these lame lines, man? People really talk like this? Well, you came to my life right when I needed it the most. I'm just playing, y'all. It's funny you say that, because I felt like meeting you was the universe's way of being like, here's something your way for the crap we put you through. She cuss a lot. That's what I've noticed about her. She cuss more than he does. When we first met, I figured you'd found me annoying. I was way more preoccupied by thinking I was annoying you. We should have just been honest with each other. I was too much of a wuss with you, to be honest. Yeah, you were. Hey. I'll take what I can get. I call you no wuss, man. There we go. Yeah. I see a peach. Why peach? I always ate them growing up. When I was younger, my mom and I used to go on walks in the neighborhood. She steal peaches off the neighbor's tree. It's a Chinese family thing. I feel like we all grew up watching our parents steal fruit. Isn't that illegal? My mom's not intimidated by the law. I've never heard of that. Trust me, it's a thing. When I went back to my Asian friend's house, their parents would offer me stolen fruit as a peace offering. Then they would ask me what I'm studying, if I had a boyfriend, and whether I had post-grad plans. So the whole do you have a boyfriend, girlfriend thing is universal. I think all parents secretly worry about their kid. I think all parents secretly worry about their kid, worried that their kid isn't going to find someone. Y'all, my reading is stale today. I'm sorry. When I told my mom that I was dating you, she was so relieved. Really? What did she say? She asked me how old you are, what you look like. Did you show her a picture? Yeah. What did she say? She said you look terrible. Oh, she said you were pretty. Good mom. Now what if he would have said that she said you was ugly? She'd been a bad mom. I'm assuming it's the same for Asian families. He a white boy? I couldn't care less if my boyfriend's ugly. The sentiments are the same, but the questions are different. If you were to tell any Asian mother that you were dating someone, the first questions would be, what is his major? How rich is his family? And how rich is he? Wow, I can't take that kind of pressure. First time my high school boyfriend came over for dinner, she'd ask us in Chinese. He was Chinese, every detail about his family and what he wants to be when he grows up. He was okay with it. The week before, I went to his house and his mom did the same thing to me. I'd still be terrified. There's so many very specific parts of Asian American culture that we just automatically understand, like the whole fruit tree thing and dating. I was talking to Rebecca the other day about growing up as an Asian kid, and she was like, I was so embarrassed of what our food smelled like at lunch. I realized that was also me. People made fun of me because they said it smelled weird. Guess I never realized that other Asian kids went through the same thing. And you all relate on this? Yeah, it's like being bullied about lunch is universally Asian. I never even noticed that people made digs at Asian people for that. Yeah, people made math and rice jokes, but I didn't realize that it was as intense as that. None of it was overt. I hate Asian people, but it was these subtle comments that slowly chipped away at my identity. For me, I feel some sort of connection to being American, but it's more something to go through the emotions of. It's not like I hear some guy's life story and think, that's me. I was talking about it to my friend, and it's like, we don't want to be known as just Asian, but everything we do is influenced by our Asianness. That's what a lot of people miss. I hope y'all are enjoying this. Yeah, y'all know what's up. Here we go. I see my journal because it's the only thing that brought me comfort when I took time off school. And I think it deserves its own constellation. You don't strike me as a journal person. My therapist makes me write one. If it's that important to you, then I think it deserves a constellation too. It's been almost a year since I took a semester off. I've been thinking a lot about that time in my life. What have you noticed? I realized how much better my life would be if I hadn't been depressed these 2 years. You only took a semester off though. My lost time doesn't just include when I took time off from school. It was the entire duration of my depression. Yeah, that makes sense. I realized how much better I would be now if I spent those 2 years. I wasn't at college productively. I wasn't the type of person that anyone wanted to be friends with. I had all these goals that I put on hold. Now that I'm finally getting better, I could have done so much more. You can't control that you had depression, so it isn't your fault. Right, but no one told me that I could never make friends or make progress on my dreams. I did it to myself. Obviously not intentionally, but it still happened. I agree with him on that. You're doing great things now though. You're back at school. You have me and so many other people. Yeah, but if I didn't waste those 2 years, my life could have been so much better. I think the important part is that you picked yourself up. People spend decades confused. You know exactly what you want in life, which is already more than most people our age. I love this difference in dialogue and how it just shows the differences of the way men think and women think. I've always known the execution has been the difficult part. Knowing is difficult in and of itself. I want to be seen for my accomplishments. That validation would have made me happy, but I had to stop being depressed and do something first. You should give yourself more credit. It takes much more courage to allow yourself to heal. You should give yourself more credit. But I knew that it was the reason people didn't want to be my friend. I carried the negative emotions with me everywhere. I was difficult to be around. Earlier this year, I ran into a guy I met at the college newspaper. We talked in the semester before I dropped everything. We talked in the semester before I dropped everything. When I saw him again this year, he was like, "I'm so glad that you're in a good place in your life now, because back then, you were terrible to be around." Oh, wow. At least he was upfront with you about it. He didn't have to say that. What do you mean he didn't have to say that? It's the truth, if that's the truth. But the reason it really affected me was that he was completely right. I tried to make friends and it never panned out because I wasn't likable. I couldn't help that I was depressed. See, this is the thing now. You see how she's trying to she's basically trying to take all the accountability off of him and put it onto some outside source so that way he doesn't have to take accountability for his own personal actions. Look, I'm just being honest. This is the clear difference in the mind frame of the way men think and the way women think. I'm not trying to say all women don't take accountability, but if you look at today's society, for the most part, there's always a blame game. You know, it's always a way to take accountability, like she's trying to do now, clearly, trying to take accountability off of the man. And he's telling her, it's my fault. The reason this person said what he said to me is because of what I did and the way I was acting. And she's trying to say, well, you could have been nicer, but ain't no niceness. It's the truth. It's the truth. I know, but he shouldn't have said that. You never know what other people are going through. Everyone knew and loved him. He was where I wanted to be. Just because people like him doesn't mean he said the right thing. Well, she's got a point right there. Also, all of these people who were smart and sociable, and I want to be them more than anything. I didn't care if they were boring. They were happy. That was everything to me. Now, I do understand somewhat of what she's saying. Like, just because, you know, somebody has a lot of people hanging around them doesn't mean that they perfect. You know what I mean? But also, he shouldn't be coveting people's lives. You know, he's looking at somebody else's happiness and he can't find the happiness in his own life. which, you know, but the thing about it is he's finding out why he can't find any happiness in his life, because clearly he said, I am the problem. Not me, but him. Regardless of the whole boring thing, there are so many people like me who want to accept you as you are. I've learned that now. But after so many years of being left out, it's hard to drop that mindset. The painful parts of myself, the toxic thinking, the insecurities, the mental illnesses seem so big that people never wanted to be with me. But mental illness isn't who you are. You are an amazing artist. You're a good boyfriend. You see people for who they are. I recently met this guy in my class. I realized that we did the same type of art. I feel like he's just completely ignoring her. So I looked up to him. I saw his profile and realized that he was the real deal. While I was back at home, he was refining his style. You could do that. You're already off to the right start. I don't know though. If I could ever reach, I don't know though if I could ever reach that level. I don't know if my best will be enough. I don't know if my best will be enough. And now I have all this lost time. You need that time to be where you are at now. You needed that time to be where you're at now. If you never went through the self-reflection or took time off school, you'll still be where you were a year ago. I guess I'm frustrated that I'm not someone else then. Oh no, you shouldn't want to be anybody else. How I like to see it is, there have been moments in my life where I wouldn't trade for anything. If I were a different person, I'd lose them. If you really think about it, were these fleshly bodies trying to make sense? We're these fleshly bodies trying to make sense of the world around us. There isn't one right way to be a blob or muscle and fat, but there is a right way. I don't want to lose you. I don't know who I'd be if I hadn't met you. Never. Let me help y'all out with something. Never put y'all this much faith into another human being. But I won't put this faith in God. Really? Well, I do know. I'd be worse. Now, I'm not saying that people can't come into your life and help you be a better person, but just anyway. I feel safe telling you these things because I know you'll understand me. I could be the best version of myself starting from now, and I still don't know if that's enough for that to happen. For that to happen, I need to advocate for myself the way you do. If anything, I need your patience. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? We should combine ourselves to form a perfect person. Learn from each other. They said this at the same time. Oh, no. It's awkward. I would love if I could talk to people more. I would love if I didn't blabber so much. I would love if I were cute, if I were a cute artist boy. Okay, so I don't even know which one. We would make a great person. Agreed. Things like all the way down here. I see a paper lantern, like the ones in Chinatown. I used to go there to the Lantern Festival there every year when I was still in Chinese school. They'd make us do dances. One year I was a lily pad. That's adorable. You did so many things as a kid. Yeah, but none of them stuck. I'm not doing cultural dances anymore, or really anything from back then. I've never heard you talk about the Lantern Festival before. I've always wanted to go to one of these. That's because I stopped going. Too old now? My mom still goes. And it'd be weird if she saw me. My friends still go though. Your friends know what's going on with your mom, right? think they do. They just pretend not to notice. I'm not sure they'd want to make you feel, I'm sure they don't want to make you feel awkward. I appreciate them for it because I can at least experience the nice parts of being Asian. Like what? Seeing a Chinese person at a party and immediately feeling at ease. It's the unspoken bond of meeting someone, sharing no words, but understanding their upbringing entirely. Wow, yeah, I can see that. Never had that feeling before. There was this one time in 6th grade where I was at a sleepover with the girls. We all started doing this one girl's makeup and she looked gorgeous. Everyone called her beautiful. But then it came time to do my makeup. They made me a literal raccoon. It wasn't on purpose, but Asian eye shapes aren't the traditional Western beauty standard. No one understood how to do my makeup. I wouldn't say that. Who said that the way that Asian people's eyes are shaped ain't beautiful? Who said that? So when my friend was complimented by everyone in the group, I was a clown. Dang. I'm sure they were trying their best. They were. But whenever I tell the story, my Chinese friends all know exactly what I'm talking about with my eye shape and the whole feeling ugly because you're Asian. Everyone else thinks it's a story about me being an insecure kid, but no, it's being an insecure kid because I'm Asian. I don't know why anyone would think Asian people are ugly. I agree, Miles. Growing up, a lot of that has faded, but I remember being young and having this guy confide in me that he liked my friend being like, she's pretty for an Asian. Well, he's a douche. Almost said something else. He's a douche. All right. Anybody that says like, oh, she's pretty for an Asian, or she's pretty because she's black, or she's pretty because she's white, or anything stupid like that, they don't get no play. I truly don't understand why anyone would voice that opinion, especially to you. Oh no, I used to have so much confidence being Asian, but I don't know anymore. I hated being Asian as a kid, and all the best parts of my cultural identity are no longer there because my parents and I just don't talk. I don't know, June. The way you describe your Asianness, the market, stealing fruit. It really sounds like you haven't let go. I remember these things, but they're no longer a part of my life. It sounds like you carry them with you, I guess. No, really. If you asked me to describe the American experience, I'd say something general like our crazy political climate. But you describe these parts of your life with so much detail. I just don't know if the Asian community accepts me. It doesn't help that my family is the black sheep of the Asian community. They should understand that it's not your fault. You know how you see your parents this one way when you're a kid? But then you grow up and you have this big realization, my parents are actually regular people. I went through that, but I realized my mom isn't even that. Your mom is human, but your realization is more sad than humbling. I don't think my mom is this evil person. I think she's someone who can't control her temper to the point where I can't have a relationship with her. You can't control who your parents are. Some people let that bad luck define them. My mom hasn't contacted me once since our big fight. I'm never going to pretend like I know what you've been going through, but you've had it rough for a couple of years. The fact you still have the capacity to empathize with people, to give people your all, is a testament that you're a good person. There's no good people, only Jesus. Sorry. I was at my friend's house for her birthday. While we were gone, her parents decorated the entire house and cooked us food. We got back and everyone had dinner with them. My friend deserves all these things, but the whole situation feels more fantasy than what normal parents are like to me. I'm sorry, y'all. Nobody's good but God. I'm just going. You ever lied once, cheated once, stolen once? Her mom asked about my parents, and it's like, what am I supposed to say? I don't speak to my parents. Actually, they're still alive. You could put it at, we live separate lives now. Yeah, but then I'm the one bringing down the mood. I'm the one ruining the group dynamic because I have issues. That's not your fault though. I want to go where no one knows my name, where I don't have to think about the person I'm supposed to be. It doesn't matter how much you run, it'll catch up to you eventually. That's true. That's very true. I think this is the last one. I see my neighborhood street light. Why's that? When I was about to go off to college, I'd lie under the street lights with my friends and we'd talk about life. Spent my whole life wanting to see more city, more people outside my bubble. Once I left, I realized that there was actually so much life already in my hometown. As suburban as it is, you always call it boring. That's the point, really. You can't go out. So why you lie under the street lights and talk about life and why you're scared of the future and all that? I'm scared of the deep ocean. I feel like I'm really reading this stuff wrong, like in the wrong kind of, I'm just tired. What? I know it's stupid, but we know nothing about the deep ocean. The pictures I've seen are terrifying. If you are scared, you should be. I can't say that I've never contemplated it. A lot of my secrets were shared under a streetlight at that night. The stars hold all our secrets. That's pretty intimidating. That's pretty intimidating. The amount of time I shared my parents, the amount of times I've shared my parents because it was late at night and I was in my fields is embarrassing. Then the next morning I'm like, mistakes were made. I know the feeling. There was this one time I liked this guy and we were messaging late at night. I just started sharing my entire life story because I was like, he's going to get all of my life trauma and fall in love with me. But then he ended up ghosting me. What would make you think, okay, you share your life story at all times of the day? Yeah, but I think because I was exhausted, I convinced myself that we were soulmates, that he was destined to like me. What makes you think you deserve? Oh, girl, this girl is. That's a lot of hope to have. I feel you, bro. Yeah, but I hold out on things that aren't meant to be. Duly noted. I think that said I want to prove the cynical parts of me, but I never do. You always talk about how little you believe in things, but you really are one of the most secretly hopeful people ever. You took a chance on our relationship when an average cynical person do that. I did think about it when I was doing for 10 hours a day. Yeah, but it's the actions that really counts in what affects your life. That's what you should really hold on to. Okay, I was a little confused. I was like, what's going on here? Hey, June? Yeah? I really hope you know how amazing, resilient, and special you are. No matter what my current situation is, I hope you know you can always talk to me. I'll always be there for you. Miles shifted his body to lean towards mine. Our faces so close. I can hear his breath. You are my person. I used to dream about being in a relationship used to dream about what being in a relationship was like. I had all these fantasies about guys throwing rocks at my window and making me play this to fall asleep. But what has happened between us is even greater than anything I could ever imagine. No matter what's happened in my life, having you here has made it all worthwhile. You're worth it all. You are the brightest person in any room. Remember that one time you walked me home after the Father Johnny? Remember that one time you walked me home after that Father John Misty concert? It's just weird, like the way it's written. Sorry. Yeah. You told me you wish your past self could see you now. Dude, I cannot read, man. I remember. I wish my past self could see me now. Stars shoot across the sky. Did you see that? I've never seen a shooting star before. You should make a wish. I did. What did you wish for? I don't think I'm supposed to tell you. I don't like this rule about wishes. You'll know what it was soon enough. Really? Let me tell you this. What I wished for just came true. Just now. Just now? I wished I would fall in love this summer, and I did. I love you. You said it. I love you too. Not just that. I love who you are. I mean, I love how you are, unapologetically yourself no matter what. I love how you dance when no music is playing. I love how you get excited over the smallest things, like seeing your favorite food at the grocery store. I love that you have the worst luck when it comes to dating, but you still took a chance on me. I love the way that you say yes to all my weird ideas. I love that you get more beautiful and determined each day. I know you. I love you. I love that I get to witness your growth. Please tell me you rehearsed that, because it was way too smooth otherwise. Did give myself a good pep talk in the mirror before tonight. Thanks for playing. Well, that's it, guys. I believe that's all of it. Sorry for my bad reading, and sorry for the multiple times that I had phone calls. This will be the final gameplay that we put on the channel. Sorry we didn't make it to 300 videos, but I may be putting up one more as a goodbye for now, and hope to see you soon. So, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch another one, and maybe the last one. So, it's been an honor to have made as many videos as I could for you all, and I'm thankful for every single one of you who watch these videos and are going to watch these videos. So, again, thank you so much, and stay safe out there. Tell your family that you love them, and as always, guys, stay blessed.